Is Conclave one of the biggest magic tricks in recent cinema history? Let's get into it. Conclave review coming up. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Marshall. I am just catching up on some award season films, and one of those films that I wanted to see in the cinema when it came out but unfortunately missed it was the film Conclave. Religion and spiritual films of this type I generally find to be a bit of a snore fest. But no, today we're going to get into it. I watched it, we're going to review it, let's go. Conclave is about how the Catholic Church goes about electing a new pope after his death. Cardinal Lawrence is in charge of the process and has to organise all the cardinals to vote. They are locked in the Sistine Chapel with no outside assistance to sway their vote. Embroiled in a mass conspiracy about the final days leading up to the Pope's death, an investigation is launched to determine his state of mind and what his final request was. They must vote until one cardinal gets all 72 votes, a process that could take days, weeks, years. It's a long process. It is directed by Edward Berger, who you may know from the critically acclaimed film remake of All Quiet in the Western Front that Netflix released, and it's one of the more realistic views of the Great War from the perspective of the German soldier. And Edward Berger, this is his second film that I can recall of his that has had such wide acclaim. Very, very good director. That All Quiet in the Western Front for me was really, really good. It stars Ralph Fiennes. Why isn't it Ralph? It's quite clearly R.A. Ralph. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Ralph Fiennes as Cardinal Lawrence. It also stars Stanley Tucci, who plays a reluctant candidate, and John Lithgow. Also, Isabella Rossellini rounds out the main cast. Honestly, going into this film, I was probably a little bit too quick to judge it. Like I said earlier in the video, I generally tend to feel that any film that deals with sort of religion or any sort of spiritual type stuff, just generally is a massive snore fest to me. But I was wrong. I was completely wrong. This film had me gripped from start to finish. I mean, a film about choosing the next pope. How can that be a gripping and suspenseful film? But it is. They pulled the biggest magic trick in recent cinema history. It's well acted, with Ralph Fiennes taking the lead. His vocals was, say, probably an octave lower than normal, and Isabella Rossellini as the head sister or nun. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but she's the head sister as his counterpart. She is very, very good. No nonsense. There's nothing. She's very straight-laced, to the point. Nothing's getting by her. The sound design works really well. Even the most minor sounds are brought to basically the forefront from start to finish, especially at the very beginning when the priest is taking the ring off the Pope's finger, to the doors opening and closing, the footsteps echoing through the halls, all designed to create atmosphere and immerse you into their world. I like how they humanize the cardinals. Before they enter the conclave, they do normal things like checking their phone, having a fag or a cigarette before going in, having a chat with each other, taking the piss out of each other, making jokes, um, you know, normal stuff. And there's a surprise amount of politics, believe it or not, that goes behind the scenes when it comes to gathering up the votes amongst themselves. There's a lot of political backstabbing among the frontrunners, scheming and plotting their ascent to Pope. Who'd have thought? I thought everything to do with the church was all sunshine and roses, but no. Who'd have thought there'd be so much drama in choosing the Pope? It was strange to think that the church is all about being all inclusive, but in this film, what they do quite well in depicting is the fact that all the cardinals were segregated into their own countrymen. So the English with the English, the Italians with the Italians, the Spanish with the Spanish, and so on. So they're all sort of in their own uh, uh, little sections, and so I found that quite fascinating. It was clever, well thought out film, and even when they seamlessly switched languages, I didn't really feel like I was taken out of the story. Um, it was amazing. I don't understand how they made it so suspenseful. It was really great, and on top of that, in the outside world, they are basically under terrorist attack. There's bombings going on outside in Rome. There's all sorts kicking off in the background that they're not really sort of like privy to, because, like I said, um, you know, they are not able to be influenced by the outside world. They are literally locked in or entombed in the Sistine Chapel. All the doors are completely locked and all the windows shut and barricaded in, so that no one can come in or come out until the process is complete. It is absolutely wild what goes on. Like I said, I had me gripped all the way through. It was engaging, and dare I say it, like I said, a suspenseful film. Yes, there were moments where I felt like it dragged on a little bit, but that's just like a minor thing. What else? It looked like they actually shot at location, at the Vatican, the Sistine Chapel, and all those places that you will know. But in fact, they're all sets. I couldn't even tell. I literally felt like they were actually there, which again is just mind-boggling. The craftsmanship that went into building those sets, incredible stuff. All in all, I think you should definitely check this film out. It's out on digital now. I wish I'd seen it on the cinema to get a grander scope of it. But my Xbox One will have to do. But let me know what you guys think of the film in the comments and chat if you guys have seen the film and had a similar sort of take to what I had, or picked up on some things that I may not have. But it is a really good film. Edge of your seat, gripping. I won't give too much away, but there's this M. Night Shyamalan style twist ending at the end that you don't expect, and you're like, "Wow, really?" It's very good. Even down to the costume design and the way they put on their outfits. It's all an element of theatre that goes on in this whole choosing of the Pope. Like, there's, they have the main red cardinal outfit on underneath. Then they have their robes on top. They have these assistants that help costume them, and all to build the atmosphere of choosing the Pope, and all to build the world around them. And so the costumes do look rather familiar. Just saying. I kid, I kid. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments and chat about this film, and hopefully you'll go and see it. Yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised about this film, and possibly one of the best films of the year so far, because it has been re-released because of award season and BAFTAs this year. So, hey. Um, Thank you very much for watching this video. As always, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you in the next video.